It's a kind request to make me an admin. I'm unable to share the screen. Hello, Shivani ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Its screen is visible to one and all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, done.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, thank you. Thank you, madam. So in the today's session, we are going to discuss about add-ons for Chrome browser in order to boost your research activity. Of course, the entire session will be based on a practical approach only. So before that, we are going to discuss a little bit about the research and then we will start my session. So what is research? There are hundreds of definitions of research are there. Someone may say that it's simply a research. It means repeating the search. So like earlier said, there are hundreds of definitions. So being a teacher of computer, my definition is very simple. It's based on what? Research is simply a collection of input. Okay, this input may be in the form of primary data by means of interviews, surveys, or experiment, by means of secondary data, by means of journals, newspaper, case studies, or referring certain website. And you are collecting what? A qualitative or quantitative data, and it may be in the form of what? Review of literature. So after collecting this information, you need to process that information. Okay, after collection of information, you are going to evaluate that particular information. It means what? You are doing a processing of your research work of a certain discipline or subject domain. And once you have done it, now question arises how to do a process. Again, there are a number of techniques based on your types of data. If it is quantitative data, you may follow a statistical analysis. If it is a qualitative data, then in that case, you may follow a thematic analysis. Okay, or otherwise, if it is based on certain experiment, you can also carry out that. And once you have done the process, the most important part is what? Output. Okay, it should produce a new and relevant information that is useful to the society. Okay, for example, this particular watch, smartwatch, it consists of n number of built-in various features. So what we are expecting that after performing a research, there should be certain novelties in your research, and that is what we are calling the overall process of the research. So now once you have finished your report, once you have completed your experimental work, the most important part is what? Report writing. Okay, so what are the things that comes under the report writing? It may be in the form of thesis or dissertation or converting simply your research work in the form of certain academic book or simply writing a research paper. Okay, whatever the thing that you are doing, whether you are writing a thesis or whether you are writing a research paper or whether you are presenting your presentation, there should be what? Academic integrity. It means you should follow a proper ethics while doing all these things. Now question arises, what are the things that comes under the report writing? Like all of you are aware, most of the things, it comes with the title, abstract, keyword, introduction, and many other important parts of your research report writing. But at many times, you come across the following point. That is what? A creation of table of contents, inserting a figure under Creative Commons. It means most of the times what happens? Right now, what is the procedure that you are following? Any one of you may unmute. What kind of procedure that you are following in order to use any picture that is available on the net? Most of the time, what we are doing, we are simply downloading the pictures without knowing whether that picture is comes under the copyright or not. Whether that picture comes under the copyright or not. So in the today's session, we will discuss how to come across that problem. Okay. So now it's the time to start a practical session. So we will discuss how to create a table of content, how to insert the pictures under Creative Commons mode only. That is comes under the Open Education Resource, that is OER. So let us start a session. I'm using a word. I'm going to use a function called as random in order to generate a random sample text. Okay. So since I need only 3 paragraphs, I have given a 3 in the parameters. So automatically it will generate a 3 paragraphs. Let me repeat it once again. The random function is useful to generate a sample text. Suppose if I written 50, it will generate a 50 paragraphs. Okay, so this is very much useful for those people who would like to teach a MS Word to the students. So since I need only 3, I will once again do a 3. Now also I want to insert an image over here. What is the technique that you are following mostly? It is a picture or online picture. We are using a picture. We are by assuming it is already downloaded. When the picture is already downloaded on your local computer, we are using this particular option. Now the another option is what? Online picture. Now assume you would like to insert a picture of say college building. Okay, observe this option, Creative Commons only. It means this comes under OER, Open Education Research. It means you don't need to worry about the copyright issue if you are going to insert any picture from this particular image, set of images. Okay, for example, if I would like to insert this image, simply select and click on the insert. Once again, I am repeating, any picture that you are downloading using this mode, they don't come under a copyright. It means you are free to use such kind of images for your work because they comes under OER, Open Education Resource. It is taking a time, just a moment. Okay, let me try with some another image. Okay, no issue. Now assume that it is already downloaded. Now assume this is one of the picture that you have downloaded. The same technique after inserting. Now I am going to add one more image over here. Again, let's try with the online picture. Whether it's taking a time. Yes, it's taking time. Say Apple. It is taking a lot of time. Okay, that's good. So I'm simply resizing this image, nothing else. Now in this way, what you are going to do, you are going to add the images, whatever the images that is required for your work using the online. Again, let me repeat, using the online feature under all these pictures comes under Creative Commons only. Let me show you once again that option. Creative Commons only. Okay, all these pictures under Creative Commons only. It means they are under the open education resource and you are free to use those images for your work without worrying about the copyright. The next question that comes, how to give a caption to this figure? Most of the time, what we are doing, we are giving something like this, figure 1. It means we are writing it manually. And let's say felicitation. So instead of this technique, what you need to do is that under the reference tab in MS Word, and select a default option. It will generate a list of tables automatically for you. Okay, so what is the advantage of this? Now assume this image has been shifted to somewhere else. I'm pressing here Control Enter. So automatically it has been now shifted. Your image has been shifted to page number 2. Now what we need to do, simply update this. Update the table. Update page number only. Observe that. Now assume that you have hundreds of images in your thesis, or it may be table, it may be equation, depending upon your subject. And if you would like to add, after creation of this list of table manually, if you would like to add one more images somewhere in the middle, it will take a lot of time in order to create a list of tables, which is very difficult. And what is the second advantage? It is a hyperlink. Simply press Control Link and it will automatically jump to that particular image. Okay. Now assume if I'm going to add one more image over here using any one of the method, no issue. In between figure number 1 and figure number 2, I'm going to add one more image. So reference, again insert caption. Observe that it is showing a figure number 2 automatically. Suppose caption is ABC ID. Yes, okay. Now what? You need to update this. So what you need to do, again select entire list of figures and simply click on update table. Update entire table. So I hope you got understood this particular point. If you have any issues, kindly let me know in the chat box. This part is clear to all of you? Kindly repeat it. Okay. Assume that I would like to add one more image over here in between 1 and 2. If you are going to write this manually, how you are writing manually? Figure number 1, figure number 2, figure number 3. It means you are doing yourself. Rather than you can use a tool like this. I'm adding one image, say picture. Okay. And now give a caption from the reference. Insert caption. Observe that figure number 2 automatically it is showing figure number 2. Let us say it is class practical lab. Observe this figure number has been changed automatically to figure number 3, while this one has been changed automatically to figure number 4. Okay. And at the end, what you need to do, simply update this table. Update a table. Update entire table. Okay. And what is the advantage? Advantage is that assume here, once again, you are adding certain contents. So I'm adding the content by using a random function. Let's see. 6 paragraphs I have added over here. Observe that. Miss Himani, kindly mute yourself. So, now, okay, thank you. So, now overall we have a total, how many pages are there? 3 pages. But at the end, after performing all this activity, you need to update this table. So simply click on the update table, update entire table. Okay. And now, if you want to jump to this particular figure, simply press Control and click button on the Okay, so that's so easy. Again, if you would like to jump to say figure number 2. Okay, so now I hope you understood, all of you. Yes, Afsana, is it clear? Afsha Khan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So this is the first part of our session. Now, moving towards a second session. Again, we will be back to the MS Word later on. Now, what is add-on or extension in a Google browser? So add-on is what? It's a very small program, okay, which is basically called as add-on, and it's it gives the features of enhancing and operating on your browser. Overall, it improves what or modifies the way the online pages that is going to be displayed to the user. The basic use of add-on is what? To enhance the features of your existing web page. So how to do it? How to add the add-on, and what is the overall process of adding the add-on? So in the today's sessions, we are going to discuss about various add-ons. So let us start with unpay wall. The unpay wall is useful to those researchers. For example, assume that you are on a Google Scholar and you are interested in knowing a paper related to, say, plagiarism and citation. Okay, assume this is your particular topic. So it may show you the hundreds of websites, okay, which contain a word say plagiarism and citation. You can also filter it based on year, okay. You can also filter, or you can also specify the custom range within that. Now, question arises: if I would like to download this particular PDF file, so is it possible for me or not? So how to know it? So I'm simply clicking on this particular website. So question arises, is it downloadable or not? How to know it? It's taking a time. Because many times we come across a problem, and in order to download the certain website or certain contents or certain PDF file from the website, so how to know whether it is downloadable or not, or whether we need to pay a certain amount in order to download particular this file. So here we have an option called as unpay walls. Unpay wall extensions. How to add this extension, I will let you know within a moment. So simply click on the unpay wall. Observe this gray symbol showing you that it is a downloadable, and you are able to use this particular document or thesis or PDF very much freely. This symbol will indicate that you are able to use this particular content freely. Okay, now take one more example. Just a moment, I have just given a wrong information. The meaning of this is what? It is a protected and you are not able to use it. Sorry, the meaning of gray is what? You are not able to use it. Okay, take one more example. The meaning of gray is you need to pay for that. And the meaning of green color is that you are able to use it freely. It is taking the time. Okay. Now observe that this green symbol indicating what? You are able to use it freely. This is the papers under the Science Direct elsewhere. Okay, and you are able to use it freely. So by knowing this symbol, you are very much easy to know whether a particular paper is downloadable or not. So let me repeat once again. Assume that this is one of the paper that we would like to download. And it is showing a symbol. Observe that it is showing a symbol, gray symbol. It means what? You are not able to download this particular website or this particular paper. You are unable to download this particular paper from this particular website. So simply by knowing this symbol, you will come to know whether paper is accessible or not. And this is very much useful when you are accessing any paper on a Google Scholar or ResearchGate or anywhere. Okay, so this extension is very much useful. Now, the second extension that we are going to discuss is WikiWand. So before that, assume that you would like to know about sorting algorithms in a Wikipedia. Okay, so it looks very odd. The overall presentation looks very odd. Okay, so what is the solution for this? The solution is WikiWand. Now, how to add the extension WikiWand? So what you need to do, simply write like this, WikiWand Chrome extension. It helps you to change the overall enhance. It will overall enhance your Wikipedia paper. Simply add to Chrome, add extension, and it will added over here. Observe that it has added over here. Okay, now what you need to do? Now observe the same page, the Wikipedia page is now using the WikiWand. It will show you the table of content. It creates the table of content automatically for entire web page. Okay, it means originally it looked like this. The original content are like this. Okay, after adding the WikiWand extension, it will look like this. It means it enhances what? The content that had been shown on the web page. Not only that, many people hate to read the entire content. So they can also listen this entire content using the what? This particular. Okay. So it means those people who are hate to read the entire content, they can also listen using this particular extension. Then we can also share this particular article with anyone. Then you can also summarize this particular paper. Before that, preference are there. You can also change that in dark mode. Okay, if it is in the night session, you can also convert the entire web page into a dark mode. Then you can also bookmark for the future reference. And the most important part is that a language. You can also convert the content into any language in Hindi. Okay. So that is the beauty of this particular extension, weak wand. Okay, remember, it helps you to enhance the overall content that is appearing on the Wikipedia only, on the Wikipedia sites. Because the content of the Wikipedia looks very odd. Okay, but using wikivand, it is very much help you to convert the content or content by enhancing it. And you can also change the fonts. Okay, you can also increase the font size, which is not possible in your normal Wikipedias. So these are some of the features that comes under what? The Wikivand extension. So observe once again, your original contents are like this, okay, while your enhanced contents are look like this. A beautiful table of contents for you. Next, the next thing that we are going to discuss after Wikivand, we have discussed about it. Now TLDR, called as too long did not read. Many people hate to read the entire content, especially while reading the literature or preview, and they would like to have what? The extract of entire page. They would like to have the extract of entire page. So how to get it? For example, what is plagiarism? Assume that this is one particular website and someone would like to summarize this entire page, the summarization of entire page. So how it can possible? By means a tool called as extension called as TLDR. It will highlight a five to six key points of the entire web page. It will highlight a 5 to 6 key point of your entire web page. Okay, and this is very much useful whenever you are writing the abstract of any web page, of any paper, sorry, for any paper for that matter. Whenever you are writing a certain abstract or whenever you like to summarize certain paper, in that case, this tool is very much useful, called as TLDR, called as too long did not read. Okay. Take one more example. Assume that this is a page and you would like to extract the key point of this entire content. So in that case, simply click on TLDR, select any web page and then click on TLDR. Depending upon the size of the content, it may take a certain fractions of time. Okay, so that is the beauty of what? A TLDR extension, Chrome extension. The next extension that we are going to discuss over here is print friendly and PDF. Print friendly and PDF. Take this particular example only, or take another, any web page. What is a citation? Open any web page. Observe that it contains many advertise over here. It might be possible that a certain website may contain many advertise. So how to remove it and how to convert this entire content into a PDF format. Entire content into a PDF format. For that purpose, we have an extension called as print friendly and PDF. Print friendly and PDF. Simply click on this. And now observe. The entire website has been converted into a beautiful contents. You can also take a printout or you can also convert it into a PDF format. Okay. It means you are able to convert your any contents of the web page into a PDF format. You are able to convert the content of any web page into a PDF format using this technique. Or you can also send an email. Okay. You can also read the contents. Not only that, now assume that you want to remove this particular point, you can also remove before taking a printout or before converting into a PDF format. If you want to remove some of the point, you can also remove. That is the beauty of this particular extension called as print friendly and PDF. Are you getting this point? Whether this point is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So you can also remove the point before taking the printout or before converting it to a PDF format. So what is the beauty of this particular Chrome extension? It converts any web page into a PDF format. That is the beauty of this. And before taking a printout or before converting into a PDF format, you can also remove some unnecessary points that you think. Okay, so that is the beauty of this extension called as print friendly and PDF. Okay, next we are going to discuss about science research assistant. Science research assistant. Most of the times your guide asks you to search a paper in a elsewhere or Springer or PubMed, etc. So question arises how to search a paper in a specific journals. That is one of the most important part that comes across whenever you are doing a research. Okay, so for that purpose, we have a tool called as Science Research Assistant Chrome extension. Assistant Chrome extension. Simply click on this. So in this way, you are able to add any Chrome. Okay. Science Research Assistant. Simply click on the add-on, add to Chrome. No issue. I will show you it in the form of slideshow. So when you click on the slideshow, when this particular extension is open, you will get a screen something like this. You need to type any content over here that you are going to search and then specify where you would like to search, whether you would like to search in elsewhere or Springer, okay, or PubMed, or whether you would like to search in any one of these journals. You can easily search these particular journals in any one of these search. Okay, so I will request Bharti madam to kindly start this particular session. Madam, एक काम करना, Bharti madam.
Yes, sir.
Or Shivani madam, you are there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kindly start your screen. I will stop the presenting over here. Start sharing. Okay. Open a browser, Google browser. Type Science Research Assistant. Science Research Assistant, Chrome extension. Okay, select the first one. Select the first one. Good. Click on Add to Chrome. Click. Good. Now from the extension, select extension here on the right, beside the bookmark on the top. Yes. Click Science Research Assistant. That good. Okay. Now type a plagiarism and citation or any topic, or you can also type your research topic. No issue. Okay. Now unselect a plus. Unselect some of the options. Simply click Springer only. Simply click Springer. Remove rest of the things from the meta search and select Amazon from the books. Select Amazon.
Yes.
Okay. And now click on the search button at the top. So observe that it has opened two windows, two tabs. One is of Amazon and second one is of what? Your Springer. So it will show you the topic under your specific journals. So it is very much useful because when you are searching anything in a Google, it is very much difficult. To know whether that particular paper is under the Springer or elsewhere or somewhere else. Okay, but using this particular tool, it is very much easy in order to search any kind of paper in any kind of journals. Okay, once again, try it, madam. Close both the tab. Once again, click on the extension. Type your topic, your research topic.
Genetic algorithms.
Okay, genetic algorithm, and take some other options, or you can also select all. No issue. You can also select elsewhere. Okay, those students who are under the say social science, they can also select say if you are a student of computer science, you can also select IEEE.
Where is IEEE?
Okay, and so on. Okay, so we have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will open 5 tabs. Simply click on the search, madam. Yes, thank you. So it will open 5 tabs.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
that is how you are able to search any paper very easily. Because most of the times your guide asks to search a paper, to access a paper of only Springer or papers of what? Google Scholar. So question arises how to search. So using this particular Chrome extension, it is very much easy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Now, madam, stop. Once again, I will explain some other things. some Chrome extension. Okay, before that, I hope that you understood all 4 options Chrome extension that we have discussed so far. Unpaywall. First one is unpaywall. Second one is TLDR. Second one that we have discussed is what? TLDR. Then we have discussed about print friendly and PDF. Print friendly and PDF. We have also discussed about wiki band, and now we will discuss about cite this for me. Now assume you are in YouTube and you are searching for a topic, say genetic algorithm only. Okay, now particular this. And now you want to cite this. Now you want to cite this particular. Now you want to cite this particular, what you can say that a YouTube video. Now question arises how? Because it is very much difficult to get the entire detail of this particular video. So solution for this is what? Extension called as cite this for me. Extension called as cite this for me. It will automatically extract the information. It will automatically extract the entire information about this particular, what you can say that the YouTube channels. So observe that it is showing the details. The date when you are accessing, the web link, that is URL, and so on. Now simply copy this and put it in your Word file. Okay. So not only YouTube channel, but for that matter, anyone. For example, if you want to cite this particular web page, simply click on cite this for me. It will extract the entire information of that particular web page. So by default, it will show you in a 4 style, that is APA, Chicago, Harvard, and MLA. Okay, so you can select any one of them depending upon your requirement, depending upon your subject. Okay. Now, if you want a more option, more style, for that purpose, we have a one more tool called as Chrome extension called as MyBib. Simply click on this and it will show you hundreds of tiles. Change tiles and observe that there are hundreds of tiles are available for you and you are able to convert it into any one of them. Clear both? The first one is cite this for me and second one is what? MyBib. Both of them are giving the same. That is what? It is simply extracting the information about that particular web page. But using the cite this for me, you are able to access only 4 style, that is APA, MLA, Harvard, and Chicago. But using MyBib citation, you are able to extract or you are able to cite the content using any one of the styles. For example, say IEEE. Under IEEE, again, there are many options are available for computational intelligence. Okay, so simply copy and paste. So I hope you are again understood this particular Chrome extension. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Good. Now we will discuss about one more tool called as Zotero. Before that, your MS Word also give features of creating what? A citation. Using MS Word, you are able to create citation as well as you are able to generate the reference list automatically. How? Let us see. I am simply selecting Control A, deleting the entire thing. Again, random function with the 3 paragraphs. Now assume that you have copied this information from one of the book. Okay, so insert citation under the reference tab, insert citation. Click on add new browser, add new source, sorry. If it is book, select a book. Okay, who is the author? Let us say Dr. Joshi. The title of the book, say research methodology. Year of publication, say 2023 from the Nagpur. Publisher, say BPB. You can also add other information related to that particular book. For example, you can also add ISBN number, volume of the book, who is the editor, etc. So I'm simply keeping all other options a blank only. So simply click OK. Observe that this is what? This is nothing but your citation. This is nothing but your citation. Okay, let's add one more. Same technique, insert citation. Okay, add new source. Now assume that you got a certain idea from watching certain movie. By watching certain movie, you got an idea. So movie, say the name of the movie, say Lagan. Who is the director? Say Ashutosh Gowarikar. And year of say 2011. Simply click on OK. So this is what? This is nothing but your citation. At the end, what you need to do, if you want to generate a reference list automatically, simply click on a bibliography. Simply click on a bibliography. Okay. Now select a reference and observe that it has created a reference list for you automatically. Okay. Once again, I'm adding one more book over here. Insert, add new source. Assume now this time again from book section. Suppose the author is Dr. Sandhya Arora. Title of the book, say Research Publication and Ethic. The book author, Dr. Ashwini. Book title, sorry, this is what? A chapter of the book. The chapters of the title is suppose ethic. Within a book, it might be possible that you have a n number of chapters. Okay. The year of publication, say 2019. Pages from 34 to 45. City, Nagpur. Publisher, say Dasganu. Click on OK. Okay, this is what your citation. And finally, you need to update this. So simply select entire thing and click on update. So observe that it has been created a reference list automatically in an alphabetical order of your author name. Okay. Now by default, the style is what? APA. You can also convert it into IEEE. That is 1, 2, 3, the order in which it appears. Okay. Or you can also convert it into APA, Chicago, MLA, and so on. In MLA, we are not specifying the year. Okay. In APA, we are specifying what? Year. In MLA, we are not specifying the year. Okay. Now this is the one technique. This is the one technique. What we have done, we have typed the entire information about that particular book and so on. But question arises, assume that this is a particular one website and you want to extract the information of this particular website. Okay. Of course, the one way is what? Using a tool called as Cite This For Me. But what it is doing, it is generating simply a reference. It is not generating a citation. Remember, this is simply a what? A reference. This is not a citation. Now, what is the solution for this? The solution for this is what? A last one, that is called as your Zotero connector. Okay, how it works? Let's see. Simply click on Zotero. Before that, when you install this particular Zotero connector, it will automatically download one app on your desktop. So you need to click on this Zotero first. Whenever you are adding a Chrome extension Zotero on your browser, it will automatically add a small app Zotero on your desktop. Okay, you can also create a folder over here, personal library. It means you can able to create your personal library over here. Okay, and now Zotero connector. So where you would like to save the information of this particular website content. So I would like to save under a folder called as Prerna. Okay, and finally click on done. Observe that what happened. It has extracted the entire information. It has extracted the entire information of that particular web page. Okay. Similarly, try one more thing. Assume that this is your, again, you would like to extract the information. Again, click on Zotero, where you would like to save under Prerna folder. Now observe again in a Zotero, we have a two options. Observe that it has extracted so many information about this particular website using site using site this for me or using my BIP. It is not possible to extract so much of information. But using Zotero, it is extracting so many other information about that particular what a channel or your video. Now, how to use it? How to use it? The moment you will install a Zotero, this Zotero will be added in your MS Word. Okay, so press Ctrl A again. I am deleting the entire content, random function, generating a 3 paragraph. Now assume I have taken this content from the what? The YouTube channels. So now how to add it? So simply click on the Zotero, add edit citation, select the style. I would like to have selected here IEEE. If you want more, you can also select manage style. Under manage style, you may find a thousands of. Under manage style, you may find get additional style. There are more than 10,000 styles are available. There are more than 10,000 styles are available. Observe that 10,378 tiles are there. Okay. Now assume you are a student of computer. So you can select the computer. So under computer, we have a what? Total 92 tiles are there. For the students of history, let us see how many are there. 49 tiles are there. Okay. So based on your subject, you can select a tile, and then under the history, you would like to have the history of psychology. Select this one. Okay. History of psychology. And click on OK. Now, the moment you click the style, now select here classic view. And the first one, introduction to genetic algorithm. The second one, assume you have copied this information from another source. Again, add edit citation, classic view. And at the end, simply click on add edit bibliography. And it will generate what? A bibliography for you. Okay. This point is clear to all of you. So whenever you would like to cite any information, the best tool is what? A Zotero compared to cite this for me and my BIP. And remember all these, whatever the thing that I have explained, all these tools are also work on the various other browser like Firefox or Opera or Safari or Microsoft Edge. No issue. You can also try all this Chrome extension on this particular web browser. Now, if you have any more doubt, you can ask me. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. So you can try all this extension. You can try all this extension, especially the science research assistant. That is one of the best tools, especially for the researcher whenever they have started their research at the beginning. So this is very much useful. You can also try with TLDR, too long did not read. Okay, since it is able to extract the key points of that particular website, you can try that one. Again, you can try with print friendly and PDF, which helps you to convert any web page into a PDF format. Okay, you can also try that one. Then Wikivand is best one. Assume that you are not much more interested in reading the content, so you can also listen the content using the Wikivand. Okay, you can also try that one. Almost all the extensions are useful for the researchers. That is what I can say. So now, if you have any more doubts or if you would like to learn something extra, please let me know.
Thank you so much, sir. It was such a lovely session. I sincerely appreciate your generosity and providing such an enriching and instructive session. So we can all learn so much from your speak. I'm sure it was really a mesmerizing session. Thank you so much, sir. If there is any query from participant side, they can unmute themselves and ask the question to our resource person,
Yes, thank you.
or they can type their questions in the chat box.
If you have any question, please. At any moment, you can also ask me the question later on. I have given my mobile number on the chat box. So at any moment, if you find any kind of difficulties, you can ask me. No issue at all. And whatever the thing that I have explained, it is already available, some of the content in my YouTube channels. So you can also refer that one.
Sir, we have recorded your session and we will share it to everyone.
Madam, I am also going to share my PPT with you, okay, so that you can share with your students.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. I think, sir, there is no any question from participants' side,
Okay,
because
how
you have explained very well. So
there is a question called as how to remove the plagiarism. So there are tools are there. Okay, using one of the tool is build bolt. Using that, you are able to help you are able to remove the plagiarism. Okay, so you can refer my video for that purpose. That is the only thing that I can say right now. Okay, thank you.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. Sandhya Arora ma'am to please enlighten us with your talk. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. First, I would like to thank Dr. Kishore sir. It was really wonderful session. I heard so many sessions, and I myself has given sessions on research methodology aspect, but it was totally new for me also. You talked about so many Google Chrome extension, and that too hands-on. So I would like to thank you for that, sir. It was really briefing us the contents of how to add on the contents for research publication. It is very helpful. Nowadays, it is almost kind of necessary for all the research scholars to undergo the paper on research publication and ethics as part of their coursework. So I hope everybody must have enjoyed this and helpful also. So as sir, I'll just brief the contents what sir has talked. Sir has talked about, sir started with the what is research, that is collecting and evaluating the data, how to collect data, you can have qualitative or quantitative data. Data can be collected from primary sources or secondary sources. So after you collect the data, you need to select the appropriate technique based on the data. As your data changes, your technique might be changing as Nowadays, everybody is working on artificial intelligence and statistics and machine learning. So you should know your data properly before applying those techniques. So that concept, sir has just introduced those concepts to us, and based on that, you need to generate your new concepts. So once your research is done, or during your research also, next question comes is how to write your thesis or how to write the paper, how to cite those things, what ethics you should follow. So sir has talked about how to insert open education resources for which you do not need any permission to use those pictures or text. So sir talked about how to insert images and online pictures which are freely available, how to use those in the Word document itself. Word gives you many options under reference tab to insert the caption to images, to insert the table of figures and table of contents, in the sense if you change caption of the figure, you don't need to redo the things if you do it manually. Once you do it using Word, it will do automatically for you. That updation happens automatically. And then sir talked about ads on the browsers. Some browsers are ads on add-ons are simply the small programs which you can use in your Google searches and in your Word documents also, which gives you enhanced feature for doing your work. Sir talked about unpay wall. This unpay wall was for just to see if all are add-ons. So you need to first install them. So unpay wall will give you the idea that whether this paper is downloadable or not. You will see a gray symbol if it is not downloadable. If the paper comes with green symbol, it means you can download it and you can use it. Next, sir talked about Wikivend Chrome extension, which was only for Wikipedia contents. You can change the style how Wikipedia gives you the contents and how this Wikivend, once you install this, you will see the change of contents looking differently in Wikivend. You can listen also those contents. Then sir talked about TLDR, which was actually very helpful. And I hope this is the most useful contents for the research scholars. That TLDR, full form is too long, did not read. So it will highlight only 5-6 key points or 5-6 liner of points for the entire web page. So once you, sometimes it happens that we read the paper and we need to, especially when you write the literature review for your paper. So I hope this will be helpful there. Then sir talked about print friendly and PDF. This converts the paper to the PDF. Like pages might have some unwanted information also, some ads and some other information. So while printing those things, we do not want it. So print friendly and PDF add-on will help you to do that. You can modify and delete some contents in that converted PDF also before taking the print. Then sir talked about Science Research Assistant. Science Research Assistant was when you search a paper. We do not want sometimes all kinds of paper. We just want to have a look on IEEE papers or on kind of Elsevier or Springer papers. So you can narrow down your searches using that Science Research Assistant. Next, sir talked about Cite This for me. This was citation generator. So it will automatically extract all the information details for that web page or for that paper, and you can use it. And then sir talked about MyBib also. That was also a citation generator, but it has more number of styles compared to Cite This for me. Then sir talked about Zotero connector. Zotero connector was slightly different from all other add-ons, as it creates an app kind of icon on your desktop. You need to use it. Using that app, you can add on this information and you can integrate that with the Word document. And it creates, it is the best tool for the citation, I suppose, Zotero. And apart from that, I would like to add a few more extension which are available, like Form Plus is there available. Sometimes you must have seen those things. Mendeley Web Importer is also there, which helps you for the paper management. Then you have a add-on called Form Plus. This Form Plus allows you to fill out the forms online. So if you want to collect the data for using various surveys, polls, or quizzes for your research, you can make use of this Form Plus add-on. Then you have Google Dictionary also. Sometimes while the Google Dictionary, it helps you to understand your reading. So sometimes when you read a paper, you find some unfamiliar word or phrases in the article. So this Chrome extension will help you for providing the definition, the words which you cannot understand. So it will do that and it will translate for you. And one more thing, which is I think you should be knowing, Equate IO. Equate IO enables you to create the mathematical equation formulas and quizzes in your research paper. So this add-on is helpful for you. And SkyHub. This is the most controversial project currently going on in modern sciences. Now, actually, SkyHub has revolutionized the science by making all paid general knowledge free. So if you have that add-on, you can access some papers which are not freely accessible. SkyHub will do for you. So I hope everybody must have enjoyed the session. That's all from my side, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for summarizing today's session. Now, I call Ms. Sharvari Ramteke for vote of thanks.
Sir, you have done the session. It was a smart way of doing research for all your youngsters. So I hope they will be benefited from your experience and knowledge. And Madam has very rightly re-revised all those points very meticulously. Thank you, Madam, so much. I hope all the listeners and young scientists will get the benefit of it. Thank you
sir.
so much.
Thank you, sir, for your feedback.
And I would like to thank Kishore sir. It was really wonderful session. Thank you, Prakash sir. Thank you, Shivani madam.
Thank you, Shivani. A very good morning to everyone. It gives me an immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on the third session of the international conference. I, Ms. Sharvari Ramteke from the Department of Computer Science, on behalf of Prerna College of Commerce, stand here to express gratefulness and to conclude the third sessions of the international conference. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. S.B. Kishore, our honorable resource person, for enlightening and sharing your valuable knowledge with us. We are greatly encouraged by your gracious presence, and I'm sure that your talk will be immensely benefit for all of us. We would surely love to learn a lot from you in the future too. Thank you, sir. I'm also grateful to Dr. Sandhya Arora, honorable moderator of this session, for your views on the topic of add-on Scrum to boost research activity. Thank you, madam, for your sincere moderations. Thank you all for sharing your valuable time with us on the third session of the international conference. Thank you all the participants for your enthusiastic participation. Now, we will take a short break for 5 minutes before moving on. We will start our next session within 5 minutes. Till then, thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you. So thank you to one and all. Thank you, Sandhya madam. Thank you, Dr. Prakash Durgarkar sir. And thanks to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you.
A very good morning to all the dignitaries, learned delegates, and honorable resource persons. On this pleasant day, I, Shalaka Saigaokar, from the Department of Computer Science, once again welcome you all in the 2 days international conference on recent advances in computer science and information technology organized by Department of Computer Science and Computer Application, Prerna College of Commerce. Lord Buddha once said, there is no wealth like knowledge and no poverty like ignorance. And I think we all are getting enough wealth within these 2 days. Now, to add on more in our knowledge and to make us aware of the current trends in ICT, we have among us a prominent speaker as a resource person, Dr. Gajendra Sharma. Good morning. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, ma'am. Good morning from Nepal. Thank you very much.
Firstly, I would like to have privilege to introduce our today's resource person. Dr. Gajendra Sharma has completed a doctoral degree in Information System Engineering from Harbin Institute of Technology, China. He received a degree of Masters of Engineering in Electronics and Communication in 1997 from Macau Technical University of Telecommunication and Informatics, Russia. During the following years, he was employed in different IT companies and corporate organizations in Nepal as a professional engineer. He had also worked in managerial and academic positions in different companies and engineering institutions. He also served as the chief of the engineering campus in Nepal for 6 years from 2005 to 2011. Besides managerial and technical work experience, Sir has been engaged in academic activities for more than 20 years. His research and teaching interest is focused on information systems, e-commerce, including e-business, strategic management of information technology, IT adoption, design and evaluation of IT infrastructure, strategic management of IT, as well as e-governance and ethics. Moreover, he has research interest on crisis and emergency management. Sir has published research papers in some of the top tier information systems and IT journals such as Information System Frontier, Internet Research, Information Technology and People, Telecommunication Policy, International Journal of Web-Based Communities, and Electronic Commerce Research. He has published more than 100 papers on information system and technology in international journals and conference proceedings. Sir is a reviewer and technical editor of a number of peer-reviewed journals relating to information system and IT. Sir has worked in Lining Technical University, China, at the Department of Information System as an associate professor from 2011 to 2014. He completed a postdoctoral research on IT in e-governance and ethics from the Lion University of Technology, China, coordinating with Delft University of Technology, Netherlands. In the meantime, Sir has been working at Kathmandu University, Nepal. A warm-hearted welcome to you, sir. I would also like to introduce Dr. Latish Malik ma'am. Presently, ma'am holds the position of Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Government College of Engineering, Nagpur. Ma'am has completed her PhD from VNIT Nagpur. She has also done specializations in blockchain technology, data science, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, Society 5.0. Ma'am has published 3 books like Practical Guide to Distributed System in MIP, Python for Data Analysis, and R Programming for Beginners. She has chaired many national and international conferences. She has also published many papers in national and 150 plus papers in international journals. A kind welcome to Dr. Latish Malik ma'am, who is the moderator of this session. Now, I want to request Dr. Gajendra Sharma sir to deliver his talk on the topic security related issues in ICT. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am, providing this opportunity to present my views and opinions in this topic. So please grant me permission to share my slides, okay?
Sure, sir.
Wait a little bit. Okay. Can you see my slides now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good morning to everyone. Respected Director, Dr. Praveen Joshi, Prerna College of Commerce, respected organizer of this conference. And the name of this prestigious conference is Recent Advances in Computer Science and Information Technology. Moderator of this conference and all the audiences. I'm going to talk something about security related issues in ICT. So for ICT graduates, ICT researchers, and ICT students, this topic is very important nowadays. And some of the outlines of my presentation are basic introduction about ICT, its major characteristics, uses, okay, roles of ICT, different types of ICT tools we're using nowadays, its major advantages, limitations. And another burning issue is security. So the term security is very popular nowadays in computer. For example, sometimes we call it computer security, okay, network security, data security, internet security, cloud security, big data security, everywhere security. So very important keyword in ICT sector. Some major domains of ICT security, details of ICT security, importance of security, and some major challenges, safety versus security, and finally, major conclusion of this presentation. So these are some outlines of my presentation. So in the meantime, if there is any connection issue on internet, please wait for a while, unless I will rejoin again. Okay, let's continue. So first of all, what is ICT? So ICT is very popular terminology nowadays. For ICT, or information and communication technologies, are all the basis, methods, and steps used in communicating, disseminating information, and performing calculations using all electronic devices. For example, computers and various means of communication within established scientific.
Can you make this slide present?
Can you see my slide now?
In presentation mode, can you keep it on presentation mode?
Okay. I will minimize the slide, no problem. Okay, so this is the basic introduction. So ICT includes major three terms, okay, information technology, computer technology, communication technology. So these are some inseparable parts of ICTs. So the major definition of ICT is that all the technologies used to handle broadcast media, telecommunications, intelligent building management systems, network-based control, and monitoring functions, audiovisual processing and transmission systems, and others. So these are also parts of ICTs. So nowadays, ICT have become an indispensable part of modern culture that is spreading through traditional and vocational education. So that means ICT was also recently used to express the use of communication lines to transfer various types of formats of data, audio and video networks, and computer networks, which are combined through a common cable system, such as providing internet, telephone, and television services to homes and companies through a single optical cable, which contributes to a significant reduction in cost. So if you connect information technology with communication, that is ICT. So this is the very simple definition. Now, ICT can be used in education nowadays, in healthcare, and everywhere. So telecommunication is one of the major outcome of ICT industry. And talking about ICT, the term ICT that appeared in the 80s, okay, and its popularity increased in 1997 AD, can be considered as the broadest synonym for information technology, or IT. So because the first includes a focus on unified communications and communication integration with the aim of storing and transmitting the information. Okay, so there are four major components of ICTs. Information, we share information from one place to another. Interactivity, we may have interaction. Identity, so that is social identity that an internet user establishes in online communities and websites. informatics, academic field encompassing information science, information technology, etc. So 4 major I's in ICT: information, interactivity, identity, and informatics. So similarly, 4 very popular C's in ICT: connectivity, cost of IT equipments or devices, capability, content. So that means entire information we share using ICT. So 4 C's in ICT. And some major characteristics of ICT are its effectiveness. Okay, so technology evolution mainly occurs as a result of hard work in searching the benefit of it. The technology or ICT technology was introduced to help and facilitate human activity, which then develops and becomes part of their life. Those who can engage with technology will advantageously be the beneficiaries. So ICT should be effective, okay, to all the users, transparent, archiveable, personalized, customized, error-free, and so on. Similarly, efficiency, that means faster, cheaper, or affordable cost, fewer steps for completing the process, less people, less paperwork. That means digital system. So digitization is one of the outcome of ICTs nowadays. So talking about ICT features, in a global communications era today, many information technology media such as internet has become a commonly used tools in our daily life. Moreover, its existence has opened wider access and shortened the distance that may provide us with very useful time efficiency. So the ability to utilize information and communication technology with various applications allow a human being to run their business easily and smoothly, such as the use of email, social networking, and even teleconference, and so on. So in this connection, governments within their institutions start to develop technology-based programs, for example, e-government, e-learning, e-commerce. So however, the content is obviously dependent on the penetration of access to the internet and new innovations on its software and content. So efficiency is another feature of ICT. Similarly, innovation. So new products and techniques should be innovated timely using ICT. So in this connection, the access to information and its delivery to heterogeneous communities with their backgrounds and characteristics, diversity require innovation that in line with the development of society itself. To government, ICT aim to create greater possibilities to enhance both intergovernmental and governmental dialogues with the people in service and to create more transparent governance. So transparency of government is very critical nowadays. Technological progress has been realized to provide economic benefits so that many developing countries are committed to improving and developing the potential to absorb, present, and implement technology. So innovation is one of the important features of ICT. So this is the simple illustration of ICT uses in healthcare, education, banking, business, in government sector, and sciences. So ICTs have greatly affected human life. Since the industrial revolution, man has begun to develop machines or computers, let's say computers, and equipment that facilitates his work. With the development of IT or information technology, mankind has jumped a qualitative leap towards development on the one hand and luxury on the other hand, where the work was done in the old offices using paperwork and transactions manually, which leads to taking a long time to finish. After the entry of technology or IT into the world of business, agreements and transactions have been established from anywhere in the world and very quickly. So the ICT has a great impact on our lives. So in daily lives, we use ICT. Okay, so nowadays without internet, it's very hard to live to us. So these are some major applications for ICTs, which we are familiar with. So in airline industries, insurance companies, internet banking, electronic voting, okay, for tax purpose, healthcare, in education, especially in COVID-19. So majority of universities and colleges run their academic programs online, okay? Even the evaluation system online. So online education is becoming very popular nowadays during COVID-19 and in the normal time. So blended learning is becoming, let's say, usable nowadays. Digital as well as offline learning, okay? So these are some major uses of ICTs. So basically on e-commerce, e-governance, banking, agriculture, education, medicine, defense, transport, etc. So ICTs are all the bases, methods, and steps used in communicating, disseminating information, and performing calculations using all electronic devices designed for this purpose, such as computers and various means of communication within established scientific rules and regulations. So it's very clear that ICT is using in education widely nowadays. For example, word processing documents, notes, projects, assignments, spreadsheet programming, records, exam scores, information storage, graphing software, in multimedia purpose, internet and email, games and simulations, and so on. So wide range of use of ICT in education sector. So besides this, technological education is an area introduced in the study of education that focuses its analysis on the human being and its relationship with the artificial world. A new vision of the world that rises to answer the problem from the point of view of technology, giving solutions and proposing answers. So this is the major uses of ICT in education sector. So role of ICT in learning: to provide interactive learning experiences, stimulate and motivate learners, provide comfortable learning and understanding of difficult concepts and processes. ICT caters to different learning styles. It helps students to gain valuable computer skills, collaboration, and group work. So ICTs, they are used from anywhere for education, okay? They facilitate the union of culture, science, and technology. Mobilizing technique. It is based on other scientific aspects, focuses on objectives. So nowadays, online teaching learning is one of the independent and remarkable uses of ICT. Now moving ahead, role of ICT in healthcare is becoming very popular nowadays. For example, collecting data from different sectors, geographic access of patients in emergency, disease surveillance, diagnosis and treatment, similarly management of healthcare institutions, access to medical, health, hygiene knowledge. So ICT can help improve patient safety through the direct access to the media, case story, checking the treatments online, keeping track of the patient's progress, and anticipating possible medical errors. In general terms, they are regarded as generally positive tools among professional and users. Since they provide a way to increase the patient safety, their use is being promoted in many countries. So ICT is being widely in the health sectors everywhere nowadays. So nowadays we call it digital health. Okay. So digital health means improving public health and healthcare institutions. For example, relating to hospital procedures, electronic health records, and health information. So access to quality care can be improved through the rapid sharing of information and data among providers and professionals in healthcare institutions. So likewise, improving surgical procedures, operations or advice, including remote telesurgery. The use of digital health technologies is enabling a range of remote or satellite health clinics to use and apply these technologies for remote diagnosis and telemedicine. For example, some hospitals in China have carried out remote, operations or surgery using internet or ICT services. So these are some common use of ICT in healthcare. Also, public health and dedicated services, for example, sensors, monitors, wristwatches, and mobiles for monitoring and feedback purposes. Mobile phones have been used to take remote ultrasound images of kidneys, stones, or pregnancy, as well as perform smear test. Medical apps have also becoming very popular nowadays. So these are the key roles of ICT in healthcare. Now moving ahead, these are some very popular ICT tools that we are being using nowadays. So multimedia PC, laptop, notebook, interactive televisions, digital libraries, different types of websites, search engines, mobile phone, cameras, computers, Microsoft publishing newsletters, poster brochures, audio video conferencing, and other software as well as hardware applications. So ICT tools are commonly also called as digital tools. For example, software applications that can be used for different purpose. Each ICT tools has its own purpose. For example, tools for editing images, digital drawing, and creating illustration, developing mind maps, and so on. They are used in education process as assets for enrichment of the teaching process. So ICT tools are digital infrastructures such as computers, laptops, desktops, and projector, software programs, printers, scanners, and interactive teaching box. A set of technological tools used, for example, to store, manage, or communicate information from one place to another. So the ICT tools are the latest technology or devices and concepts used in information and communication technology among students and teachers for effective communication or interaction. So these are some ICT tools. So advantages of ICT. So we all are familiar with this: resource sharing, wide variety of services, flexibility, reliability, faster speed, affordable cost, creation of jobs, bridging the culture gap, and it develops communication. So these are some major benefits of ICTs. Now, moving ahead, there are some limitations of the ICTs. So for example, lack of business human contact, lack of direct teamwork, it requires great self-discipline, lack of security and privacy. So security is one of the major concerns, and a number of resources on security are going on every day. Unemployment limitations, cyberbullying, greater reliance on technology. So ICT is also having some limitations or constraints in our daily life. Now let's move ahead. Security issues in ICT is one of the major theme of my today's talk. So talking about security, business organizations take information security and cyber security seriously nowadays. Okay, every business organizations. Despite the importance of protecting customer data, breaches and hacks seem to be more and more common. So information technology has presented businesses with opportunities undreamed of only a couple of decades ago, but it has also introduced some unprecedented challenges. And it has been estimated that businesses expend more than 5% of their annual IT budgets protecting themselves against disrupted operations and theft due to information theft. So this is very critical in business organizations. And there are some reasons for increasing cybercrime nowadays. For example, quick adoption of new technologies by cyber criminals, the increased number of new users online daily. Okay, so these tend to be from low income countries with weak cybersecurity. Similarly, the increased ease of committing cybercrime with the growth of cybercrime as a service. Then an expanding number of cybercrime centers. For example, Brazil, even in India, cybercrimes are increasing every day. North Korea, Vietnam. So cybercrime is more in these countries. A growing financial sophistication among top-tier cyber criminals that, among other things, makes monetization easier. So cybercrime can take on many faces, from data breaches to malicious program that attack a company's network and disrupt service or corrupt sensitive corporate data. So some examples in security issues may be viruses and malicious program. Okay, so there we are encountering every day. Phishing is another concern. So these are some security threats that we are encountering in our daily life. And I have given some examples here: viruses and malicious program, phishing, cyberbullying, identity theft, banking frauds, spam, email marketing, denial of services. So if we talk about security, these are some keywords: data security, okay, protection. We use firewall as a hardware device and software, information access, information itself, monitoring of information, identity, password. So these are some key issues in ICT, especially on security sector. So the protection of ICT data facilitates software, hardware services, and processes is an increasingly challenging priority for every sector of society, including education. So in this connection, theft, hacking, and viruses can seriously compromise ICT systems, resulting in material loss and liability. So the major objectives of ICT security is to ensure that ICT systems, data, and transactions remain intact and optimized. So now talking about domains of ICT security. So these are some few domains. So first of all, appropriate use of ICT systems is very critical nowadays by every sector. Privacy and confidentiality of data, integrity of ICT systems, protection of all ICT related hardware, software, and facilities, ICT systems functionality. So talking more about domains of ICT security, the industries with the highest level of employment for information security analysts or cybersecurity professionals may include computer systems design and related services, management of companies and enterprises, credit, uh, let's say intermediation and related activities, management, scientific and technical consulting services, insurance, carriers, etc. So there are some industries with the highest concentration of employment for information security analysis include monitoring authorities, for example, central banks, okay, computer systems design and related services, data processing, hosting and related services, telecommunications, management of companies and enterprises. And there are mainly 8 domains which have been widely accepted within the cybersecurity community. So they may be security and risk management, asset security, security engineering, communications and network security, identity and access management, security assessment and testing, security operations, software development security. So these are some major issues on domains of ICT security. So these are some details of ICT security. For example, appropriate use of ICT systems, privacy and confidentiality of data, integrity of ICT systems, protection of all ICT related hardware, software and facilities, ICT systems functionality. So 5 major issues in ICT security details. Now moving ahead, importances of security. So nowadays security can be used everywhere when we go online, okay, so especially for data. Generally, sensitive data is one of an organization's most important assets. So it makes sense that our priority is to make our data safe. So information security is the practice of preventing unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, inspection, recording, or disruption of sensitive records. So in this case, security measures perform 4 major critical roles. Number 1, it protects the organization's ability to function. Number 2, it enables the safe operation of applications implemented on the organization's IT system. Number 3, It protects the data the organization collects and uses. Number four, it safeguards the technology the organization uses. So security is very important nowadays to prevent your data. So if we use internet, security is always concerned. Okay. For example, identity theft, monetary theft are some security challenges. Legal ramifications, termination of company policies. So these are all security issues. And talking about security challenges, so many challenges nowadays. For example, technology and infrastructure development, okay, entrepreneurship, public-private partnerships, so that private organizations would involve in every sector, talent and skills development, so that the country will get the skilled technical workforce to implement the efficient use of ICT, encourage private sector participation, improve professional education, financial ecosystem, okay, foreign direct investment may have some security challenges. Making public servants digitally ready will be essential. So to let's say highlight security challenges, in an increasingly interconnected environment, information is exposed to a growing number and wider variety of risks. Threats, for example, malicious code, computer hacking, and denial of service attacks have become more common, ambitious, and sophisticated nowadays. It has made it harder for organizations to implement and maintain appropriate deficiencies or appropriate defenses, let's say. And there are some more challenges in improving information security, which are some is, for example, security containing communications and network is not easy as it can first occur to the beginner. The requirements there are some major requirements for security services that can be given non-repudiation and integrity. Security, the structure that can meet those requirements can be subtle reasoning. Furthermore, in developing a specific security structure or algorithm, one should always treat potential attacks on those security characteristics. In some cases, successful attacks are designed by viewing at the problem in an effectively different way, therefore exploiting an unanticipated weakness in the structure. In addition, it can be having designed several security structures, and it is essential to decide whether to use them or not. So this is true both in terms of physical placement. For example, at what points in a network are specific security structures required, and in a logical sense, including at what layer or layers of an architecture, including TCP/IP, should the structure be located. And furthermore, security structures generally include more than a specific algorithm or protocol. They generally also need that participants have some secret data, which increase questions about the generation, distribution, and protection of that sensitive data. And there is also a confidence in a connection protocols whose behavior can confuse the function of developing the security structure. So generally in information security, if the proper service of the security structure requires setting time period on the transit time of a message from sender to receiver, therefore some protocol or network that offer variable, unpredictable delays can render such time limits useless. So security challenges is one of the major threats for ICT scholars nowadays. Now moving ahead, so there is some difference between security and safety. Okay, they have very close connection. For example, security, we must protect our computers and data in the same way that we secure the doors to our homes. And talking about security, safety, we must behave in ways that protect us against risk and threats that come with technology. So security and safety are two important concerns in ICT security. Now, talking about ethical issues in ICT, if we talk about security, ethics should be there. Okay, ethics should be connected. And generally, there are five very important ethical challenges in ICT. So, number one is security. Okay. Number two is privacy. Number three, copyright information. So, copyright information is very crucial to protect our data. Then, okay, digital device is one of the major security challenges and ethical concern nowadays. And confidentiality of data is one of the ethical issues. So these are some critical facts we should consider in ethical issues. Now, the simple definition of ethics is a set of moral values or principles that govern the conduct of an individual or group. To understand many kinds of ethical issues in information technology, to understand the basic concepts of ethics in IT developments. So nowadays, information technology systems have to run all the time, okay, by companies, all the time in pressure, and pressure is mounted on IT experts to ensure that accuracy and availability of these systems. And many big organizations which need to operate 24 hours will require a standby IT team to cater for many issues which might arise during the course of operation. So this pressure results into stress and work overload, which sometimes results into imperfection. So ethics should be followed by every companies if we concern on ICT security. And 8 major significant issues in ethical issues in ICT, for example, personal privacy, access control, harmful acts, patents, copyright, trade secrets, liability, and finally, piracy. I think these terms are very popular and we should be familiar with these terms. So privacy, I just talked about privacy. So what is the safeguards when we want to reveal secret information? What things can people keep to themselves and not being cracked? Property, so who owns the information? How should access to these scarce resources be allocated? Similarly, accuracy of information. Who is responsible for the authenticity, fidelity, and accuracy of information? Who will take the accountable, or who will be responsible to protect the information? Similarly, accessibility of information or data. Two important questions here. What information does a person have a right to obtain? What will be the requirement and condition that can be delivered? Plagiarism. So nowadays, especially in academic sector, plagiarism is very crucial, okay, to prevent our intellectual property, our creation. Especially in published paper, plagiarism is very serious concern. So it is connected to illegal copy paste activity, not inserted the original author if we use their theory. To minimize plagiarism in our academic writing, we can use citations, references, okay? That means we can provide credit to the author. And plagiarism can be avoided. So these are some important issues in ethical issues here: privacy, property, accuracy, accessibility, plagiarism. Moving ahead, it is very popular term that is connected to cyber ethics. So it is related with censorship of internet information. Netiquette means network adequate appropriate online behavior. So netiquette is made up of word from the words net and ethic. Okay, so netiquette thus describes the rules of conduct for respectful and appropriate communication on the internet. Netiquette is often referred to as etiquette for the internet. These are not legally binding rules, but recommended rules of etiquette. So etiquette includes rules that provide guidance for appropriate social interaction and technical performance online. What constitutes good etiquette varies among the many subcultures of the internet, and of course, etiquette issues change with time and technology. Nevertheless, some general principles of proper online manners can be outlined. So, when meeting with colleagues online, few general guidelines can help keep your interactions more professional. Okay, so proper etiquette for video meetings may include checking devices audio and video before the meeting to ensure that they work, creating a background that is uncluttered so it isn't disruptive, or selecting a background offered by the video meeting platform, choosing a professional screen name, joining the meeting on time, muting yourself when you are not speaking, not talking over other meeting participants. So these are some ethical concerns when we're going to have some video conversations. So etiquette is one of the ethical concerns in ICT. So there are some specific rules of etiquette. For example, consult some frequent asked questions, avoid flaming, do not shout, be careful with jokes, avoid sloppiness, don't spend huge file attachments. When replying, quote only the relevant portion, don't over forward. So these are some specific rules in etiquette. So which is one of the very important ethical concerns in ICT security. So there is one important question: how can we protect our information, let's say privately and secretly? Okay, one of the major concerns for every users. Here are some rules. Think before we click in the internet. Okay, complex password helps to protect our information. Making our account private. Ignore unverified websites because websites are sometimes threatful. They may create some computer viruses. They may spread computer viruses. Always back up your data. Use authenticated antivirus and malware protection. For example, we can use firewall. Test security frequently. So these are some major issues that we can make our system private and secure. So moving ahead, so there are some stages of ICT evolution. For example, data processing stage we have, MIS system, strategic information systems, network era, intelligent era. So ICT is being developing very fast nowadays. We call it emerging technologies. For example, big data, cloud computing, Internet of Things, machine learning, deep learning are some evolution of ICT industry. So now moving ahead, e-government is one of the important part of ICT, and in e-government, security plays a very important role. So generally, e-government refers to the use of ICTs by government agencies for any or all of the following reasons. For example, exchange of information with citizens or public, businesses or other government departments, fast and more efficient delivery of public services, improving internal efficiency of the organizations, reducing cost or increasing revenue, restructuring of administrative processes. So sometimes we call it electronic governance, So use of ICT for delivering government services, exchange of information, communication transactions, integration of various standalone systems between government to citizens, that is G2C, government to business, G2B, government to government, G2Z, and government to employees, G2E. So as well as back office processes and interactions within the entire governance framework. Through e-governance, government services are made available to citizens through IT. And the three major target groups that can be distinguished in governance concepts are government, citizens, and businesses, or interest groups. In e-governance, there are no distinct boundaries, finance and support. So e-governance is one of the major outcome of ICT. So similarly, we have e-governance. E-government is the regulating body. Government may be the regulator. Governance is the function of government. Okay. So if government works very good, the people are happy. They can get very superior services from the government. Public service delivery of the government is effective. And if government works bad, so that is called bad governance. That means corruption. Okay. So do not follow the public rules. Do not make effective policies in ICT services. That may be bad governance. So e-governance or decisional process use of ICT for wider participation of citizens. So I just mentioned there are different categories of e-governance: G2C, G2B, G2Z, and G2E. So although these two terms, for example, e-government and e-governance, are often used interchangeably, there is a difference between e-governance and e-government. E-government refers to the use of ICT in public administration, which, when combined with organizational change and new skills, are intended to improve public services and democratic processes and to strengthen support to the public. However, e-government has no provision for e-governance of ICTs. The governance of ICT typically requires a substantial increase in regulation and policy making capabilities, as well as additional expertise and opinion shaping process among various social stakeholders. The perspective for e-governance is the use of the technologies that both help to govern and have to be governed. So the central goal of e-governance is to reach the beneficiary and to ensure that their service needs are met. Ideally, the government will automatically recognize the importance of achieving this goal in order to maximize its efficiency. So e-government and e-governance are another outcomes of ICT. So talking about information security services, so there are 6 major facilities, for example, confidentiality of information, integrity, authentication, availability, access control, non-repudiation. So 6 categories of information security services. Generally, these services provide security conscious companies with products and services that protect them from today's ever-changing security threats, understanding the importance of digital identities and system access. And generally, there are various security services also which can be summarized as message confidentiality, okay, authentication, non-repudiation, access control. We just talked about it, data integrity. So data integrity includes some major parts. For example, connection integrity with recovery, connection integrity without recovery, selective field connection recovery, and so on. So information security services are one of the outcome of ICTs. So confidentiality, integrity, authentication, non-repudiation, access control, availability are its major components. Okay, so there are some IT-related issues in ICT. For example, poor network security measures. So that includes multi-factor authentication, firewall, and other forms of connectivity security. Data backup, training employees in security principles, keeping passwords particularly secure, outdated equipment, untrained, and inexperienced staff. So likewise, data loss and lack of recovery plans, which include cyber attacks, equipment malfunction, human error, power outage, catastrophic events, loss of passwords. Similarly, slow performance of the computer system, unrestricted access to data and other information, accidentally related files. So these are some important issues important issues in ICT system. Okay. So these are some very important IT-related issues in ICT. And there are some security methods, okay? So firewall is one of the very important component. Firewall stops information being changed for stolen. So nowadays, firewall can be used in every kind of networks, in computer networks, communication networks, and so on. So ICT security measures refer to strong password authentication, keeping the software up to date, okay? User identification and authentication via biometric methods implemented by the enterprise. There are three key elements of an effective ICT security systems that include monitoring and controlling access to confidential information, safe transmission of data, secure storage and disposal of data. And monitoring and controlling access to confidential information includes assignment of unique personal identification code and a secure means of authentication for system access, user accounts, access rights, and authorization, protocols that ensure access rights which are not shared with or provided to others, audit trails that include date and user identification to track and monitor access to systems and data and how they are used, control mechanisms to prevent unauthorized access, deletion, modification, duplication, printing, or transmission of files, systems maintenance plans that provide adequate ongoing resources for security upgrade. So firewall plays a very important role in ICT security. So now moving further, digital certificate and signatures, which are very popular tools nowadays for making our information safe. Digital signature and signature. So digital signature is a form of electronic credential that can prove that authenticity of a user, device, service, or website. Encryption and decryption techniques are very important to protect our data, okay? Antivirus. So generally, antivirus is a kind of software used to prevent, scan, detect, and delete information, viruses from a computer. Once they are installed, more antivirus software runs automatically in the background to provide real-time protection against virus attacks. Risk assessment is one of the very important security issues. That means the risk assessment should be done in timely manner to make our system safe and to protect our data. And risk assessment stages include 9 major points. For example, identity and prioritized assets, identity threats, identity vulnerabilities, analyze controls, determine the likelihood of an incident, assess the impact of a threat that may have, prioritize the information securities, recommend controls, documents, and results. And next important issue is ICT policy. So if we talk about policy, it should be, if we talk about security, it should be governed by the policy, okay? Some issues specific to ICT policies are access control, acceptable use of IT, use of software, protection from malicious software, bring your own device or personally owned devices, mobility, telecommuting, computer, etc. We have to follow ICT rules. For example, use of computers and network is intended for study or work. Access codes should be personal. You have to change your password regularly. Do not circulate offensive material. Prevent the spreading of computer viruses. Do not send unsolicited mail or spam. So this should be, these issues should be governed by ICT policies. So moreover, an ICT policy is a set of guidelines that defines how should we use IT and information system responsibly. For example, purchase and uses of hardware equipment and how to safely dispose them, use of licensed software only every time, rules on how to create passwords, acceptable use of information technology, training of all users using ICT and MIS system. So now finally, the major conclusion of today's talk is that the protection of ICT data, facilities, software, hardware, services, and processes is an increasingly challenging priority for every sector of society nowadays. That may include business organizations, corporate industries, academic institutions, and so on. And the major objectives of ICT security is to ensure that ICT systems, data, and transactions remain intact and optimized. So security is very crucial concern in ICT nowadays. So in which many researches and many studies have been conducted every time by every researchers and every students. So thank you very much for your kind attention, and thank you very much for the organization and for the organizer providing me this opportunity to share some of my views and opinion in this great conference. So thank you very much.
Thank
you
you
all.
so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable words. We gained a lot of knowledge today about the security-related issues in ICT. Now, if anyone has any queries or questions, they can put their queries in the chat box.
Dr. Gajendra Sharma, I would like to congratulate you. It has been really a very wonderful talk.
Thank you very much.
And it's not only that the people from computer science department could understand that, even those who are lay persons in the field of computer also have got a lot of information. And it was so lucid, so nicely presented that anybody could understand that. So
Thank you very much.
that explains why you are such a wonderful teacher and why you have received that eminence as a teacher in the field of computer science. Hats off to you, sir.
It's my pleasure, sir. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Anybody having any question?
Yes, sir. Ms. Afsha Khan is having one question. She wants to know what is the difference between security and safety.
Okay, security and safety. So if we heard these words, they are almost same. So safety is very, very common nowadays. For example, safety of our belongings, okay, safety of our home, gardens, and so on, so on. But if we go in depth of safety, then we have to follow the security norms. So security is very crucial and more sensitive than safety. So these are some independent parts, so that may be applicable not only in IT, but everywhere in our daily life.
Okay,
So
one
security
thing
is
I
more
would
crucial.
like to say about safety and security. Safety you have to ensure, and security will be ensured by somebody else.
Somebody should control this.
Safety is a subjective matter, and security depends on external circumstances, external forces, or external instruments. Right? I ensure my safety, but my security is assured by somebody else. For a child, mother is security, right? But when the cracker is to be burst, the care that the child takes, that is safety. So safety and security, these two are different concepts altogether. I think Dr. Gajan Sharma will agree with me.
Yes, I'm 100% agree.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Any other question from anybody?
In chat box, there is one question from Dr. V.R. Nikam. Sir, kindly explain e-governance models with their example. So generally, e-governance models for different countries are different. That is prepared by some ICT experts. So generally, e-governance model includes security issues, okay? Their implementation criteria, for example, telecommunication infrastructure or devices, data centers, categories of ICT experts or human resources, coverage area, and so on. So first of all, a detailed research should be done to prepare an effective model for a particular country. So e-governance model that may vary country-wise, depending on the population and size of the country. Okay. So generally, model can be prepared from the research. So it is a difficult procedure, in my opinion. So Dr. Nikam, so I'm able to convince you if you are there. Okay, thank you.
Once again, thank you so much, sir. I hope everyone's doubts are clear. Now, I request Dr. Latesh Malik ma'am to summarize her views on the topic security-related issues in ICT. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to thank the principal of our institute and coordinator of this international conference. I would also like to thank Dr. Gajendra Sharma, who has given us a knowledge regarding the dictionary of information and the security as well. So to brief out this session was very fruitful, and I think it was presented in such a simple way that non-computer students or non-computer teachers can also understand each and every term. Thank you so much, sir. It was a great knowledge, and it was a great benefit to all of us. So I would like to start with his presentation. He started with the ICT. It was online distance education in combination with the computer-based technologies. He started with 4 I's, which is information, interactivity, identity, and information. Then 4C is related to the connectivity, cost, capability, and the contents. The ICT characteristics include the effectiveness, efficiency, which uses the digitization to improve the system, and the innovation. Then he has covered the ICT uses. It can be in the healthcare, banking, science, government, and business. Then it was ICT applications that can be there for the like corporations, organizations, and the education. And then he has covered the role of ICT into the education, which uses the Word, spreadsheet, games, and the emails. And the role of ICT in the learning includes the interactive learning experimentation, ICT tools in collaboration with the group work and the others. Then he has covered the role of ICT in the healthcare, where we can use for data collection, diagnosis, access to medical facilities, and telemedicine, etc. The ICT tools includes the interactive TV, digital libraries, mobile, PC, desktop, video, and audio conferencing. And then he has told us regarding the advantages of ICT, where we can reduce the cost and it can be used to bridge the gaps for the skill development and the knowledge upgradations. And then he has communicated us, he has limitations of the ICT. It can be the lack of the human context can be the limitation, or the direct teamwork, lack of a direct teamwork can be the limitation, or it is encouraging the unemployment and the cyberbullying that we need to take care. And then he has discussed the security issues like virus, phishing, identity thefts, or bank frauds, or the DOS attacks. Then he has covered the domains of ICT securities. They were including the identity theft and monitoring theft. Then he has covered the challenges which is related to ICT. It can be the technical or infrastructure development, or to implement the efficient use of ICT. Hacking, attacks, and the skilled technical workforce was the challenge to us. Then he has covered the difference between the security and safety. The security was to protect like the door, to protect us like the door, and the safety was to protect against the risk. And then he has covered the ethical issues of ICT, that was covering the ethical says it is set of moral values that govern the conduct. So for doing this, you need to understand the IT, and then you need to understand the ethics. So the combination of IT and ethics will be there in the ethical issues of ICT. Then he has covered the various ethical issues. The various ethical issues were they under that category. He has covered the privacy, property, accuracy, accessibility, plagiarism, and the netiquettes. The netiquettes was discussed in the detail that I liked a lot. The netiquette was the network etiquette appropriate online behavior. So it was including do not waste the people time and do not say anything which can't be said face to face. So netiquettes is very important or a new concept that everyone need to have a focus on these. So the rules of the netiquettes were also discussed. They were like avoid the flaming, do not over forward the information like the things. And then he has covered the rules to protect the privacy and the security. The rules was to say for example, keep the complex passwords, ignore the unverified sites, backup your data. And then he has covered the stages of ICT. In this, he has covered the differentiated the e-government and e-governance. The e-government was the use of ICT for the government agencies to force the transparency and the aids to the citizens. And under the e-governance, he has covered the 4 type of e-governance: G2C, G2B, G2G, and G2E. Then he has covered the information security that was divided into the 6 categories. Some of them were like availability, access control, non-repudiation, or so on. Then he has covered the IT related issues. They like the poor network security or outdated equipment, cyber attacks, slow computation devices were the IT related issues. Then he has covered at the end, he has covered the security measures. We need to use the firewalls, digital certificates for signature, use the digital certificates, encryption, antivirus, and the risk assessments were discussed to manage the security. And at the end, he has covered the ICT policy. The ICT policies are the guidelines that define how should we use the IT and IS responsibly. So that was the last slide. So I am thankful to each and every audience who are present and who has raised the queries to make the concept clear. So I am thankful. I hope this session was very, very beneficial to all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable views. Now, for the further proceedings, I invite Kalyani Bhavangar, ma'am.
Is Priyanka was the problem?
No.
Please go ahead.
Sir, okay. Sir. Thank you, Shalaka ma'am. What a glorious session it was. A very good afternoon to everyone. It gives me massive pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on the 4th session of the International Conference. I, Kalyani Bhavangar, from Department of Computer Science, on behalf of Prerna College of Commerce, stand here to express gratefulness and to conclude the 4th session of the International Conference. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Gajendra Sharma sir, our honorable resource person, for edifying and sharing your valuable knowledge with us. We are greatly encouraged by your gracious presence, and I am sure that your talk will immensely benefit to all of us. We would surely love to learn a lot from you in future. Thank you, sir. I'm also thankful to Dr. Latish Malik ma'am, honorable moderator of this session, for your views on the topic security related issues in ICT. Thank you, ma'am, for your sincere moderation. Thank you all for sharing your valuable time with us on the 4th session of this international conference. I thank all the distinguished participants across the country for their enthusiastic support and participation. On behalf of all the participants of the conference, I would like to say thank you for sharing your knowledge and expertise with us. Thank you once again. After this wonderful session, we are heading towards our valedictory function. For that, I would like to invite Dr. Manjari Pathak to proceed further. So, I, Kalyani Vavangar, take your leave. Thank you all.
Good afternoon to all. I, Dr. Manjari Pathak from Department of Computer Application, welcome you all in the valedictory function of two-day international conference on recent advances in computer science and information technology. I welcome our today's chief guest, respected Dr. Anita Chaure Madam. Welcome, Madam. I extend my hearty welcome to the Honorable Chairperson, Dr. S.C. Gulhane, sir. Welcome, sir. I also extend my hearty welcome to Ms. Abhilasha Gurdhe Madam, CEO, Prerna Seva Mandal. Welcome, ma'am. I am glad to welcome the Director of Prerna College of Commerce, Dr. Praveen Joshi, sir, and Principal of Prerna College of Commerce, Dr. Prakash Durupkar, sir. Welcome you all. I extend my welcome to all the dignitaries and all the participants present on this occasion. Now, I request our mentor, our strength, and our supporting pillar, respected Dr. Praveen Joshi, sir, to give the introductory remark. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
It's a
afternoon.
moment of great pleasure that the two-day international conference organized by the Department of Computer Science and Computer Application has come to a pleasant end. It was very rewarding, very fruitful experience for all of us. I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Anita Chaure Madam, who has promptly accepted our invitation. I have got a connect with her through a friend of mine, Mr. Dr. Nilendra Lokhande, and Dr. Anita Chaure Madam and Dr. Nilendra Lokhande are colleagues at SNDT University. Madam has got a prolific academic profile, and that's really very impressive. It's quite inspiring as well. I also extend a warm welcome to Dr. S. Gullane, the Secretary, Prerna Seva Mandal, and all rest of the participants and colleagues. Today, there were many deliberations on the recent developments, recent advancement in the field of computer science and information technology. As we have seen, that today the meaning of education has completely revolutionized. What has been the new dimension is nothing but the addition of newest, latest technology and technological means to improve the quality of pedagogy. The time has come that we have to throw away the traditional blackboards, traditional writing instruments, and adopt the new ones. Now, the transformation of the traditional classroom has been made into a digitalized classroom. So, it is but natural that the teachers, the students, the scholars, the researchers must be well acquainted with all the latest development that are taking place in the field of computer science and information technology. Information technology has become a great medium of reaching out to the students from remote areas. At the same time, it has also become a medium of acquainting our students with virtual reality. Now, the question is, to what extent we people, we teachers, are prepared to adopt this technology? Because application and employment of new technology means more work and better work. We should be prepared to walk some extra miles in order to acquaint ourselves with the technology and with its use in the classroom. We have to use it very effectively. Unless we use it effectively, it will be meaningless to use in the classroom. We should find out by way of data collection to what extent the teaching through technology has benefited our students. I think our aim should be to reach the last student in the classroom. If we conduct a kind of survey by taking feedback from the students, asking for their frank opinions as to what extent the technology, the use of technology has helped them, we'll get correct data. And that data analysis has to be done, and on the basis of that, certain measures to make certain improvements in our teaching are required. So hope after this conference, the participant teachers must have been inspired to do a lot of hard work in order to introduce technology in the classroom, and hope that they are also inspired to know more and more technology. Every day new techniques of teaching with technology are being introduced. Hundreds of new companies have started their products. So it's our duty to get ourselves familiarized with the new companies and their products and study the effectiveness of those equipments. Hope our teachers and participants will certainly do that. They will get ready to walk certain extra miles in order to benefit their students. With the hope that this conference has attained success to the expected level, to the desired level, I once again welcome all of you and take care of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Now, we have a scholarly personality as our chief guest of this valedictory function, Dr. Anita Chaure Madam. Madam is an active academic and passionate academic administrator. She is the head of department and associate professor at the post-graduation Department of Computer Science at SNDT Women's University, Juhu, campus, Mumbai, and has been an academician for close to 20 years. Dr. Chaure has experimented with numerous ideas in curriculum, student affairs, faculty recruitment, and faculty management. She also acts as a counselor, mentor, and guide for the student at the institute. She has created a number of initiatives to inculcate and promote excellence among the faculty and students. She teaches and advises on the courses of software engineering, statistics, and operation research, computer oriented quantitative, operating system, computer system organization, data warehouse, and data mining. Her interests are in the fields of data mining, evaluationary algorithms, statistic analysis, and operation research, software engineering, and computer and education. So now I request Dr. Anita Chaure madam, please enlighten our participants with your talk. Over to you, ma'am.
A very good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. Very good afternoon to one and all available on this platform. I thanks Dr. Praveen Joshi and Dr. Dugurkar, Principal, Prerna College, Nagpur, and of course Dr. Dugurkar, Director, Prerna College of Nagpur, for inviting me as a chief guest for this valedictory function of the two-day international conference on recent advances in computer science and information technology. Dear participants, since yesterday you are acquiring knowledge in different or various expert fields of computer science and information technology from the experts called in this conference, invited in this conference. These are the various domains of computer science and information technology where they are sharing their knowledge and they were giving you insights of that particular area. Today, as when I was listening from 9:30, I joined this conference today, and when I was listening, one of the experts who gave in the morning the different tools which will be used for research people, like I'm also doing research, you all are also doing research. So many of the tools were not aware to us. Okay, those were very nice tools which they are available as open sources to all of us. We do not have to pay for them. They are all available and we can just install them on our machine, and most of the work. I remember I took nearly 2 months to complete writing thesis, my thesis, being a computer science person also. That time I was just enjoying this, listening to that bibliographic and all, how sir was telling us the extensions which were given. These were so interesting, and I thought that if I would have got that, I would have completed my thesis in 1 month. So this is the way IT can be used. There are many IT solutions which are built. We only have to explore them. So my topic today, which I'm going to present here is, I'm going to present the technological convergence. When moving into the future with technological convergence, I'm sharing my screen. Can I share my screen?
Sure, ma'am, sure.
Sure.
Is it visible?
Yes, 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 ma'am.
So I have when I was invited, I was just thinking what topic I should take within this shorter time. So I thought I should wind up all the sessions of your conference today, and I should give the insight about how the IT can be used again with different technological IT solutions, converging them into single solution and use it into our future, how it can be. There are different opportunities and challenges which, when we say that we are going to use different technology in solutions to our problems. So converging these technological solutions into one is not an easy task actually. So when we say that we are moving into the future with technology, we have to make use of so many technological solutions together and see that the solution is working to solve our problem. So this is the single slide which can tell you so many things, like where we are, how the value is created. When we say value creation, okay, the middle portion, if you can see of the slide, is value creation. When we say value creation, okay, how the value is created. What do you understand by value? Okay, how the value is created. We as a people, today's generation, the 21st century generation, when we call, to whom we call it as net generation. Okay, why they are called net generation? All the time there, we as a parents, we as a classroom teacher, we as a teachers, professors, we say that, oh, people are, this generation students are all on the net. Okay, but yeah, they are also called as net generations, and because of this 24/7 hours mobile availability to them, the economy, which is, we call it as gig economy, which is available to them, online learning, thanks to corona in last 2 years, we have compulsorily made them to learn online. Okay, and the very important thing, sharing and not owning. So when we say that sharing and all, I have gone through one of the research where it says that this generation, they don't want to learn how to drive a car. They want to order. They want to ask the car to come using apps like Ola and Uber. Okay. That is like, and they are worrying, okay, not, but there are other people who will take their car. So this is one of the examples which are telling sharing and not knowing. But there are other things like all the OERs which are available on the internet. Students are learning. I have examples in artists, people are only giving YouTube suggestions to them, creating other videos, bring them online and telling them, okay, fine, read this, okay, read this, understand this, and write the exam. Okay? So we are actually sharing them. Similarly, our students are also doing this. Generation is also sharing. So many contents are available. There are so many tubes available. YouTube, teacher tube, student tube, so many tubes are available. Okay, so then the sustainability of all these things. This generation, they are also thinking, possibly few of them, 25% at least, the research say that they are thinking about the sustainability of this usage of the internet. The overall idea is usage of the internet. So this is one of the area. The people are generating something. They are creating the values. Okay. Then the second thing is technology. When I say that technology, we are all studying technology. The technologies like broadband, all the technologies which come here, I have depicted in the slide. All these technologies somehow are creating some knowledge, and a knowledge is created or a value is created. You take the example of cloud, fog, IoTs, AI, MLDM, and NM, that is deep learning and neural learning. And there are certain things like autonomous vehicles. Nowadays, we are reading that. Okay, then smart robotics, VR, and blockchains, very important nowadays. Then quantum computing and nanotechnology. These are the things which are coming into nowadays work, saying that this can be used. Like the concept of nanotechnology in medicine, not only in medicine, but in our hardware also. Quantum computing, okay, this is one of the very important research topic which is being worked on. So when we say about technology, the technology is technology is also creating some value. Okay, so all this stuff is created somewhere and it is being dumped on some place. We can say it as, I think my slide has stopped. Somebody has changed.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes.
Please.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you help me out? Somebody has changed it.
Madam, but it is presenting on your sides.
On your side. On which slide, madam? It's a third slide.
Yes, madam. Slide is
Okay.
visible.
Yes. So technology is also creating value. It is also creating knowledge. Okay. As you know that if we create a technology solution, we all are computer science people, correct? So when we create a technology solution, we say that the technology is of no use if there is no user to this solution. So when a user is coming to this solution, there will be a value created. Okay. Similarly, we are into the age of open source. Okay. There are softwares. You must be aware of GitHub. There are softwares available. There are softwares available through payment, without payment. Okay. And so many things can be available. Okay. So there also the value is created. Then the other field which is very important nowadays, which was not looked in the last 10 days, but now it is very important, is finance. Okay. micro lending, microfinance, crowdfunding, equity, P2P lending. Okay. Example you can take is of all your online payments, mobile money and payments. Okay. So as sir said in his last, Gajendra sir said in his last presentation, saying that payments, security. So when it comes to all these areas, there is a need of security. Okay. So what I have taken today in the presentation is combination of this, which we say it as a convergence. I'm talking about the convergence, the open source and the finances which are required for us for our day-to-day execution. As soon as digitalization started, okay, the digital is the main reason. Just over half of the Fortune 500 companies have disappeared since the year 2000. As soon as the digitalization of the company started, okay, in 2016, the CEO Accenture, he said that in the list of Fortune 500 companies, nearly half of the company's name was disappeared. Why? Because they were not able to cope up with this digitalization. Yet digitalization disruption has only just begun. Yet we say that, we as a computer science people or we as IT people, we say that this disruption has just begun. We have not yet started with the full-fledged. In India, at least, there is certain work which still needs some research. We still need some work to be done. Okay. Bill Gates said in 1996 in the Road Ahead magazine, saying that we always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10 years. We never think that what will happen to this change which we are doing and which we are very happy in the 2 years, it is showing us some results. Okay, it is showing using some technology, we are seeing some changes, nice changes. Oh, this is automatically done, this is happy, this is done, this is that. Okay, but then we never think about that what will happen to the same technology in the next 10 years. Okay, that is what he has said, that we are underestimating the change that will occur in the next 10 years. What are those changes? Have we thought of sustainability is the question. So many of our tools or many of our IT solutions or computer science solutions, ICT solutions, we can say commonly, ICT solutions are we exploiting them or we are exploring them? I think we should explore them instead of exploiting them. Again and again, usage of that same thing will not give us the proper solution or will not make us to move ahead in the next 10 years. It will help us to work only for these 2 years, but it will not help us to work in the next 10 years. For next 10 years, you have to explore the stuff. You have to explore all the ICT solutions, the new things which are coming into existence. With the B2B data platforms, okay, in all these people, the companies they are using, there are many companies nowadays. We cannot say that when we say that we are not online, you are down. You are not into the market. You have to be online. And the model which they follow is B2B, business to business. Okay, what is that business to business model? This model is Ola is taking the help of some drivers and some other payment facilities, and they are building the complete solution to it. That is what I wanted to tell, that this is the convergence of the solution. Ola is the service given, the service provider, they are using the help of some other services for payment, for drivers, for the cars, for hiring the cars and all, and they are converging that technology, and hence they are coming with the Ola app, and you are getting that facilities available at your door. Similarly, there are other technologies, there are other domains in which we can use this. We are using this B2B model of our execution. So the finances services, the products, the healthcare, agricultural, okay, everywhere agricultural. If you see the research of computer science and ICT, you will see that even agriculture is using B2B business. Nowadays, there are very e-market, okay? There are many e-market available. What are those? Those are actually helping, those are the platforms which are helping the farmers to get their product or to sell their product. And there are other resources, like if you want to take example of Google. What is Google doing? They are giving their cloud to us. They are giving their services. Some of the services are free, some of the services are paid. They are also giving the hardware resources, like they can give us the space. If I ask for some 8 GB computer, because I don't have 8 GB computer, and for computer science research, we need 8 GB computer to run the machine learning algorithm. So we can ask Google, we can ask on payment basis. So resources are also given on this B2B platform. Analytics, all your analytics, take the example again of Google, all the analytics it is doing, okay. Then public sector, all the government sector, okay. Everywhere we are working with this B2B platform, okay. See the era shift, how it started, okay. Initially, the people were working, this was the thing, manually we were doing all those steps and everything, we were working manually, okay. Then suddenly, with the advent of small desktops and all, we started, our whole organization was looking like this, and now also it is looking like this. But now recently, okay, with the advent of clouds and with the advent of all these B2B, advanced B2B applications, okay, we could see like this. One person, see how many persons in this slide, okay, and see how many people in this slide, and see here what is available. One person who is a server manager or somebody who is handling the servers, and these are all our servers and the hardwares which are available in that particular room. We can take an example of data warehouse also. This can be a data warehouse also, okay. I was just going through some of the paper which was telling me that this is a news which I have taken from internet. This CEO runs a $1 billion company with no office or no email ID. He is running the $1 billion company, okay, with no office. There is no need of office to him. He's working from his place, anywhere, anytime, anywhere. Okay, from airport also I can see people sitting in the airport working on their laptop and doing some job. Okay, even IBM and Accenture, like people, companies, they are giving work from home. Okay, so at least the person who is sitting, he is not at home, he's traveling somewhere, he can do his work and the work is moving ahead. Okay, so this is what this is the technological change which has happened to our day-to-day life. Companies progressing but leadership falling behind. Why this is happening? Companies are progressing. Ola is going ahead. Amazon is going ahead. I'm taking Indian companies example. Okay, Ola, Amazon, everywhere people are moving ahead. And if you think of Flipkart and Amazon, okay, so we can see the difference. Like leave apart the politics behind it, but then see the difference between that. Okay. Companies are growing, their digital capabilities are very high, they are coming properly, they are doing it proper, okay. But when we say that the leadership capabilities, okay, they are coming down, the leadership capabilities are down. In 2012, when we say that both the capacities were same, capabilities were same, in 2018, it is shown that, in some of the research, it is shown that the leadership capabilities have come down. In the year 2018. Why this has happened? This has happened because even now, when we are talking about our universities, take the example of online learning and teaching and learning. We are forced you all must be teachers and students also will be there. We are forced to do work with online stuff. But what resources we are getting? So this is the leadership which has to think about that. Okay. Digitalization needs money. Digitalization needs that future thinking. Okay, it needs more money. If you invest on digitalization, then digitalization is going to give you that many profits. Actually, the profit will be given to you, but that is not the same in many of the organizations. Few researchers says that leadership needs to be more of IT, have more knowledge of IT. They should think that. What usually happens with us is, you do this job and finish it off. The job is given, but we are not, and whatever is available to us, we try to do by this Excel and this and that, and we are trying to get the answers. But are we going to that professionalism? Are we moving to that professionalism? No. Why? Because our leadership needs to think about it. When it comes to the investment in digital resources, okay, our leadership is not thinking about it. They think that, oh, itne mein ho jata hai, finish. Okay, so that is not the same. You have to invest more in the digitalization first, and then you will get the profit. Okay, so this is the research which was done actually, and it is told that the leadership capabilities, till the time our leaders doesn't understand the importance of digitalization, we are not going to improve the way the foreign universities or the foreign organizations are doing. Okay, you can take the example of our universities and the foreign universities, or you can take the example of industries. Take the example of Amazon and Flipkart. Okay, Amazon India has come up, Flipkart has gone down. See the profit. Why foreigners are coming and doing business in India, whereas those businesses are also run by the Indians. Because our leadership need to change. Those leaders who are able to see the future, saying that digitalization is the future, and who are able to make changes in their organization, they are only getting succeeded. Okay, so this is the estimation which I have taken from one of the sources. Okay, the board overestimate their digital savviness. 62% of the board reports say they are digitally savvy, and 24% of the board are digitally savvy based on public data. Actually, people say that, yes, I know this, yes, I know that, yes, what is there, what is not there. Okay, we all know, all our higher ups or all our authorities whom we are reporting, all of them say that, yes, we know this. So 62% of the board reports that they are digitally savvy. But actually, when the survey was done on the based on the public data, it is shown that 24% only are digitally savvy. Okay, so a single tech savvy director in the boardroom risks being lonely and misunderstood. This is one of the examples which I wanted to share with you. If we sit with that nowadays also, till the time we don't change the mindset of our boards, okay, this is not going to be very easy for us. A single tech savvy director is sitting in the boardroom, is misunderstood, and he is being kept alone. Okay, to effect change at the board level, there must be a critical mass of directors who truly understand, and ideally every director is 1%. Okay, so if we need to make the changes in this board, because everything starts from the board, everything starts from our management, everything starts from the higher ups. Okay, the higher ups, if we have companies, if you have, in the case of universities also, there is a need of understanding the stuff. Now, if we are talking about the university, with the new education policy NEP 2020, many of the things are told that without digitalization, nowhere we can move. We have to do, and a separate chapter is given in that education policy NEP 2020, which says that digitalization is very important. So, how to go about it, dear students or dear participants? This design thinking. Okay, you need to design. You need to think first. There are certain courses which are designed abroad just to think, critical thinking we call it. We need to think critically how to design. Okay, so in my case, design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation that draws from the designer's toolkit to integrate the needs of the people, the possibilities of the technology, and the requirement of the business success. Okay, this is the quote done by Tim Brown, CEO, ID. Why he is saying like that? You need to integrate to integrate the people to understand their requirements. I'm teaching software engineering so many times. Okay, I have taught it. Every time when I go to the students or to the other, even to the master students and to the PhD researchers, I say that, oh, we have to design this tool. We all technology students or we all technology people are so good in doing that. Design immediately. We never think about the requirement. What is the requirement? First, start with the need of the people. What is the need of the people in which we are working, for whom we are working? What are the possibilities of the technologies available for them, and the requirement for business success? Okay, so these are the three things. And if you see to this diagram here, okay, human desirability. If I as a human, I think that yes, I need this. Feasibility, technology and organization need check the feasibility of your technology. If I say that in the inner or in the very inner part of India, if we go with very good computers and very good softwares, and if we say that, I'm sure Indians are not very bad. They start learning on their own, but they will take time. And technology keeps on changing. So they may take 2 years to learn this stuff. Okay, so we need to check the feasibility of the technology and the feasibility of that organization where we are trying to put this software, physical or technology solution. and of course the viability, the business. Okay, because we are working for the business, all these technology solutions are working for the business. All of us, even in the education, even in the organizations, companies, industry, all of us, we are thinking about the profit. Okay, so viability is very important, and the intersection of all these three will give us a proper solution. Okay, the desirability is required, the feasibility study of technology and organization is required, and the viability of the business is also required. The intersection of this will give us the final solution. If we go ahead with this solution, one solution is designed without thinking too much about the needs of the people, what will happen? In 2 years, you'll find that the problem is coming with bugs. The solution is coming with bugs. In 6 months, you'll find that your solution is coming with bugs. And you have to sit doing only the management of that bugs or testing the tool and then doing so many stuff with that tool, or you have to throw that tool because it is not working for another next 1 year. So dear all, this is something which we have to be very careful. Being a software engineering teacher, okay, and this is why very important topic for me, because many times people say that software engineering is only theoretical subject. Only during the exam we have to study. No dear. All of you have to study this with the perspective that you are going to be the programmers in the next few years. Okay, when a programmer is given a task, you have to do the feasibility study. Think about the technology, which technology to use, whether we should use this technology, whether the technology will be useful for that vendor who is or the client who has given us, okay, the project to develop. So this way you have to think about the all the 3 points. First, the desirability of the client and you also. Second, the feasibility, and the third is the viability. You have to convince your business people or the higher ups, your management, that this is very important and we have to go ahead. Okay, so finally, when we are talking about all this stuff, okay, we have seen that there are all these people are there, the people, we as the people, the next, we call it that generation Z. Okay, we are all the millennium people, our children, they are all called the generation Z. They are all on mobile, they are using Wi-Fi, they are using mobiles, okay, and they know more softwares than us, they know more tools than us, they know more technology than us. Okay, with those people, okay, and we have to give solutions for those people. We have to build solutions for those people. So when we say that we have to build those solutions, okay, what we have to be, what are the opportunities and the challenges we will be facing now? The first, which I have seen many times, okay, the payment options, the payment systems. Now also, whether you go for Google Pay, you go for Paytm in India, you go for Phone Pay, and you go for anything, there are frauds happening on those systems also. Whatever security they have given, till the time you yourself are not secured, okay, the human mind, the hackable human mind keeps on finding opportunities to hack the system, okay, and to disturb the system, okay. So the payment systems is the first thing which we have to develop certain system. There is opportunity to develop, but then we have a challenge. We have the challenges in that. What are those challenges? Make it secure. Like Gajendra sir has given the information, like how the system can be secure. That is the security. Okay, we have to make those systems available. Now also, PhonePe has so many problems. If we as a programmers, if we open it, their source code, and we work on it, we see that, oh, this can be done like this. This is open. There can be an error. There can be an hacking. We can hack it. So there are certain things which we can see into their code. Okay, and hence it is very easy for us to hack the system, and especially the payment system. Why only payment system? As online payment I'm talking, it can be banking system also. You can see many of the banks still are on the verge of hackers. Okay, hackers are very easily entering into their systems and hacking their systems. Okay, so there are opportunities for us to do the research. Okay, the second thing is the third party and the IoTs. Okay, cloud, if I work on cloud, okay, as a teacher, if I'm working on a cloud, as an organization, if my whole data goes to them. As a cloud, we have a Google Cloud in our university. We have a Google Cloud. I'm working with that cloud. So when I give my data, my whole university data is kept on that cloud. Okay, who is taking the ownership of that cloud data? I am the owner. I am the owner. But are there not frauds happening with my data? I don't know. Suddenly, some of the phone numbers. You must be aware of this case. Google was fired for this. Okay, some suddenly in the last decade, suddenly it happened that many of the phone calls were where many of the phone numbers were sold to the market. Wherefore they got these phone numbers? Why are we getting junk phones? Or why on my phone number I'm getting a junk phone? Why? I am giving my phone number somewhere and that data is being fraudulently taken from there. So who is taking the ownership of that devices which are working with the third parties and the IoT? Okay, nowadays with IoT, Internet of Things, with IoT, there are so many devices coming into picture. All your computers, okay, with the invent of internet, everything can happen. All your computers, all your scanners, all your printers, all your sensors are now connected with IoT. And the technology is called IoT. Okay, so what is this? And who will take care of that? The sensor is generating so much of data. Who is taking care of that data? We have to take care of data. We have to analyze the data, because once the data is getting, it is junk for us. But please remember, since last 2 to 3 decades, people are saying data is gold. Try to analyze that data. Okay, if you are having anything in your place, like how to go about it. If you have a biometric available in your college, can you work on that biometric? Can you collect the data and start doing some analysis on that biometric? Okay, so there is certain sort of research which can happen in this in this area. Okay, so third parties and IoT devices, wherever you are coming with your clouds and IoT devices, you should be aware of the ownership and the frauds happening, and there is a opportunity to work on this, to do the research on this. Operational health and safety. Okay, all this. I mean, if you are aware, healthcare is totally on cloud nowadays. People are coming with telemedicine. People are coming with all medicines are available on clouds. They are working with the clouds. Big hospitals are on the clouds. Okay, so their whole management is now online. Okay, they all are working online. Okay, so how are they doing? They are using cloud, or they are using their own servers, whatever it is, but cloud is mostly used. Okay, so if they are there, who is going to take care of their data? And the patient's data and everything is very critical data. Who is taking care of that data? Who is taking the ownership of data? So, of course, with the technology solutions, there are certain laws which need to be taken care in India. In foreigns, all these laws are very well settled, but in India, there are still work going on the cyber laws. Okay. Then the third thing is data. Everywhere, cyber hacking, security breaches, ownership, integrity and ethical use of personal data. Everywhere data is there. We have seen value. When I say value creation, okay, when my students are using something, data is created. When I am using something, data is created. When we all are here, data is created. Okay, so some sort of data is created, and somewhere it is been stored. Some data can be very critical. Some data can be very very critical data. It may be. So in that case, there can be security breaches. There can be certain things. The next thing is artificial intelligence. Applying artificial intelligence. This is also a research area which you have to work with. We can have ML black box, algorithms and training data bias is going on. Data bias. When data is coming, data bias can happen. Just to get the results, people say that, oh, 99% I'm getting the result. Are you sure that data was correct data? Who is taking care of that, looking at the data? I can change all my statistical studies using the bias data, correct? I can change my data and I can get the good answers. So who is taking care of that data biases? So research has to be done in this area also. Regulations and compilations. Okay, people are there who are. I mean, we need proper regulations, that is cyber laws for us. And of course, the last topic is the sustainability. When it's sustainability, when I am developing a tool, okay, we are developing some sensors, okay, IoT device we are developing. After 2 years, what will happen? Is it going to hamper my environment? Is it going to, we have to think on broader scale now, as a developer, as a computer science people, as a researchers of computer science, you have to think broader. When you develop a certain tool, you have to think about the sustainability of that tool with respect to the society. Finally, dear all, please remember that ICT is only usable if it is being used by the people. And when people are using it, you have to see that they are being placed secure. Okay? If that E is equal to mc square equation was not prepared, we would have not got energy. But as a side product of it, we got atom bomb also. Okay, so the societal sustainability we have to think about. We are developing this solution for the people, for the society. So we have to think about the sustainability about them also. Their care we have to take. That after 2 years, after 10 years, are the product proper? Are they putting some creating some waste and something which is making the society sick? So these are certain solutions which we have to find out, certain problems to which the solution needs to be found out. And hence, I say that when we say that we are moving towards the future with ICT, we are converging all these technologies which we have seen in the first slide. We are converging them, but every technology has their own disadvantages. Like if I say sensors, okay, so body sensors are there. Are those going to be there for 10 years on my body? If the body sensors are written, I don't know. I have not worked on that. I only studied that. Okay, there are other sensors, but nowadays body sensors are coming, which can be kept inside my body. But what security and how sustainable those solutions are? What will happen to them after 10 years? Every 2 years, I have to remove that body sensor, or it is going to dissolve in my body and creating some problem, or of course, helping us. Okay, so these are certain issues. There are certain opportunities and challenges which we have to work as the researcher. I think I have taken enough time. The time limit was given to me was 15 minutes. I think I can stop here. Of course, if some questions are there, the participants can ask me the questions. Thank you for giving me such a nice opportunity to talk to in front of such a large and huge participants. Thank you so much.
Participants, if you want to ask any questions on technological convergence, so you may ask, unmute yourself or type it in chat box only. So, ma'am, as there no question, we will proceed further.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, madam, for those valuable insights on the technological convergence. Now, we have with us as a chairperson a great personality, our motivator and guide, Dr. S.C. Gulhane sir. Sir is a founder of Prerna College of Commerce, Nagpur, and secretary of Prerna Seva Mandal. Sir's profile is very long, and it is not possible to cover whole in such a short span. So, in short, I will only say our honorable chairperson, Dr. S.C. Gulhane sir, has devoted his whole life for the betterment of society in the field of education, and his vision and mission is to continue it in future too. I request Dr. S.C. Gulhane to enlighten the audience with his eminent thoughts. Over to you, sir.
इस समारोह कार्यक्रम की प्रमुख अतिथि डॉक्टर अनीता जी चौरे मैडम, आदरणीय डॉक्टर गजेंद्र शर्मा जी, प्रेरणा सेवा मंडल की चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर अभिलाषा गुर्दे, प्रेरणा कॉलेज ऑफ कॉमर्स के डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर प्रवीण जोशी, प्रेरणा कॉलेज ऑफ कॉमर्स के प्राचार्य डॉक्टर प्रकाश दुरुपकर जी और अन्य गणमान्य व्यक्तियों के साथ साथ प्रतिभागी, मुझे बेहद गर्व महसूस हो रहा है कि प्रेरणा कॉलेज ऑफ कॉमर्स ने वर्तमान संदर्भ में एक बहुत ही प्रासंगिक विषय पर इस भव्य सम्मेलन का आयोजन किया है। जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि आज की शिक्षा प्रणाली में हम शिक्षा को अधिक प्रभावी और रोचक बनाने के लिए नए तकनीक की भूमिका को नजरअंदाज नहीं कर सकते। एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल एनईपी के तहत भी हर विषय में आवश्यक हुआ है। यह दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है कि कुछ शिक्षक अभी भी तकनीकी रूप से पिछड़े हुए हैं और कक्षा में टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग कैसे करना है यह सीखने में उनकी कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं है। मुझे यकीन है कि इस तरह के सम्मेलन शिक्षकों और छात्रों को आधुनिक तकनीक के साथ जोड़कर शिक्षा को अधिक प्रभावशाली बनाएंगे। मैं प्रेरणा कॉलेज ऑफ कॉमर्स के कंप्यूटर साइंस एवं कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन विभाग को इतने शानदार अपने सम्मेलन के आयोजन के लिए बधाई देता हूं। मैं व्यक्तिगत रूप से हमारे मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर अनीता चौरे जी मैडम को हमारे निमंत्रण को स्वीकार करने और इस विषय पर अपने प्रभावी विचारों से हमें अवगत कराने के लिए मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं। इस आशा के साथ कि सम्मेलन में पूरी तरह से अपने उद्देश्य की पूर्ति की है, मैं आपसे विदा लेता हूं। आप सभी को धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind appreciation. Now, I, Manjari Pathak, take your leave and call
मंजिरी
upon.
तो आवाज ही नहीं है।
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind appreciation. Now, I, Manjari Pathak, take your leave and call upon Miss Shivani Mesawat Madam for the vote of thanks. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Manjari ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Shivani Mesawat, on behalf of Prerna College of Commerce, welcome you all in this session. First of all, I thank our today's chief guest, Dr. Anita Chaudhary ma'am, who has graced the valedictory function by her knowledgeable talk. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation as we have talked on technological convergence of everything. Second is exploration and exploitation. Thank you so much, ma'am. I extend my hearty thanks to Honorable Chief Guest of inaugural ceremony, Dr. V. Gurmeet Singh. From his busy schedule, he has found time to grace the inaugural function and address us with with his valuable views and thoughts. Thank you, sir. I also want to thank our keynote speaker, Dr. Bal Krishna Bal, for his kind motivation and inspiration. Thank you, sir. Now, I want to thank our respected chairperson, Dr. Liradhar Revatkar sir, for expressing his valuable knowledge and views. I want to thank Dr. Kiran Sri Pokulari. He has delivered wonderful lecture on the topic Trends in Bioinformatics. Thank you so much, sir. I extend my thank to Dr. Sonu Balagar for sincerely sharing her views on the topic Trends in Bioinformatics. Thank you so much, ma'am. I also want to thank our today's guest, today's resource person, Dr. S.B. Kishore sir, who has delivered lecture on the topic add-ons for Chrome to boost research activity. I'm sure that all participants have gained immense knowledge from your talk. Thank you, sir. I extend my thanks to Dr. Sandhya Arora ma'am for sincerely sharing her views on the topic add-ons for Chrome to boost research activity. Thank you, ma'am. I extend my thanks to Dr. Sandhya Arora. I thank Dr. Gajendra Sharma sir. He has made us aware on topic security related issues in ICT. Thank you, sir. I also want to thank Dr. Latish Malik ma'am for sincerely sharing her views on security related issue in ICT. Thank you, ma'am. It was wonderful experience listening all speaker on this session. Once again, thank you so much, everyone. My hearty and sincere thanks to Honorable Chairperson of Valedictory Function, Dr. Asigulhani sir, for his kind inspiration and support. Thank you, sir. Now, I want to thank Ms. Abhilasha Gurde ma'am for her valuable time. I extend my thanks to our respected director Praveen Joshi sir for his continuous motivation, support, vision and commitment. Thank you, sir. I thank our respected principal Dr. Prakash Durukkar who has always inspiring and motivating us. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation to our coordinator and in charge of the program, Dr. Bharti Deshmukh and Dr. Leeladhar Revatkar for their continuous guidance and for arranging such a beautiful conference. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. I also want to thank all the team members and all the others who have directly and indirectly supported to make this conference a grand success. At last, I thank all delegates across the world for making this session a successful one. Thank you all once again. Here I declare the session is over. Have a nice day to all. Thank you so much, everyone.
And with this, the conference is over. Hearty congratulations to the organizing committee and thanks to our honorable management for the support and generosity in every respect. With this, the conference comes to an end and hope all of you are immensely benefited from this conference. Now you can sign off. Thank you all.